What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne. Thank you for joining me in another video. Today we're here to take a look at the 2022 Chevy Bolt EV. Now I'm going to tell you right off the bat here that this is a somewhat reasonable, compact, long-range EV. So if you're looking for an EV, this would be a pretty solid choice. Its range is up to 259 miles, though some folks who own this car have gotten more. And its price point with the options shown in this particular vehicle is about $36,000. So that's reasonably affordable in the world of EVs. So what does this vehicle go up against? Who's the competition for the Chevy Bolt? You would look at the Hyundai Kona or the Nissan Leaf for starters. You know, there's some others out there, but when it comes to the price point, I would say this is one of the most affordable EVs that we've tested on the channel so far. So 2022 brings us a refresh. We'll talk a little bit about what's changed. This particular one is done in a silver metallic, silver flame metallic paintwork. And to me, I know this is a jump here, but it looks just like Bentley's extreme silver paintwork. That's how great this silver paintwork looks on this vehicle. So if you've seen Bentley's extreme silver, it looks just like that. So let's go ahead and talk about this vehicle, the changes for 2022, how it handles, and all that other good stuff. So starting up front, you're going to notice that 2022 brings us a new front fascia. The vehicle looks a little bit more well put together, smoother around the edges up front. I love how clean the design is now. If you look around where the headlights were located on the previous gen or previous year, you notice you get daytime running lamps where the headlamps were located, and then your traditional headlamps, which are all LED as well, are located underneath the daytime running lamps. And it's incorporated into the vehicle's bodywork such that it flows with the rest of the vehicle. So the headlamps kind of set the tone for one of the major body lines of this vehicle that start at the front and go all the way around the vehicle. You'll see that as we take a look at the side profile. So you have all LED daytime running lamps up front, all LED headlamps as well. Now underneath the hood, you're just getting your electrical components, your powertrain. So there's no storage there whatsoever, just your powertrain. This is a front wheel drive vehicle. It's running off a 65 kilowatt lithium ion battery. Maximum range is 259 miles per official test. Like I said, some people have gotten longer range than that. Now coming towards the side profile, you'll notice, like I said, when you look at the headlamps, that body line goes all the way around the side profile and to the rear of the vehicle. So it's kind of splitting the vehicle in two, from the top half to the bottom half. I think that's a unique styling trait. So you have the blacked out lines going across there. That looks pretty nice. The silhouette overall remains the same from the pre-refresh models. So you're still going to recognize this as a Chevy EV Bolt. It's just been cleaned up a little bit. The design is a bit more crispy than it was before, and I'm digging the modern, touches that they've incorporated in the vehicle's design language. Now for 2022, you're getting restyled 17-inch wheels that this one is fitted with, and then again, the new paint colors, the extreme silver, it looks brilliant on this vehicle. Now coming towards the back, you do have revised LED tail lamps. Now the LED tail lamps just have two simple lines that look nice and crisp. Now the previous model year, the tail lamps had a little bit of a design to it. The lines featured like a curve that was there but wasn't really necessary. Kind of looked overstyled in my opinion. I like the more clean approach, or the more precise approach that they took with the 2022 model year. Now of course, this is a compact SUV, so we'll talk about storage capability. Now you do have two rows in here, including this first row. If you open up the hatch and drop the second row, you're looking at a total of about 57 cubic feet of storage. So that kind of does add to the practicality factor of this vehicle. You can just drop the second row manually by latches on either side, and then that'll give you plenty of storage there, 57 cubic feet. So overall, from the exterior perspective, the 2022 EV Bolt brings minor changes that make a major difference when compared to the previous model year. So the front looks cleaner due to the crisp refresh. It's more curvaceous. The design just flows over smoother than it did the previous model year. And then coming from the side profile, not much change there. And then the rear, of course, you're getting the revised LED tail lamps that we mentioned. Now in terms of the interior, The top of the dash is covered in an injection molded material, features faux stitching going across. You do have a nice large touchscreen display here with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You also have various menus that show you your range, your charge, and all that good stuff that you get in EV vehicles of today. Coming further down, you do have your controls for your air conditioner system, physical buttons there for your air conditioner system. You have wireless charging as well, and then you even have a sport mode in this vehicle. So one of the main benefits, as I'm sure you know, is that these EVs get instant torque, right? So the acceleration is always blisteringly quick and it's always really smooth. This vehicle gets 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds. I'll floor it. And the acceleration is it's just really smooth. It's hard to describe, but there's no jerkiness. It doesn't feel like the vehicle is struggling. It's just gliding as you put your foot down on the accelerator. Let me go ahead and drop it into sport mode. Yeah, so there's a difference there in the acceleration. That makes this vehicle fun to drive. It's really fun to drive, which I wasn't expecting at all. I was expecting just practicality, but the acceleration in the sport mode is just crazy. So you're getting 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds. This has the equivalent of about 200 horsepower. So the only thing bad about sport mode is that it's going to suck up your power, right? If you're in sport mode, you're obviously not looking for, too much efficiency, right? But if you're taking this vehicle on a road trip and you're worried about that, a 30-minute charge can add up to 100 miles of range. So 30 minutes isn't bad. One thing that I've noticed about these EVs as I test them, when I go to charge them, I like the way it forces you to slow down a little bit in your day. These days with all the hustle and bustle, you feel like you're just running. But if you're charging up an EV, it forces you to sit down for just 15 to 20 minutes or 30 minutes, depending on the vehicle, and just take a break. And believe me, guys, it actually feels kind of nice to do that. But I suspect that most people who are driving this vehicle and who own this vehicle are using this as just a simple commuter vehicle, not a road trip vehicle. So they take it to and from work, go where they need to go, and then charge up every now and then. So when it comes to convenience, the EV, I think it's right up there in terms of a commuter purpose vehicle. It's going to give you everything you need with very little inconvenience, if any at all. I love that smooth acceleration. It's buttery. Now, when it comes to the comfortability in the interior, the seats, they are a little bit stiff. They're not uncomfortable, but if you sit here for quite a bit, a few hours, you'll probably start to notice it. The seats are heated and do feature an interesting tessellated pattern incorporated in the design of the seats. So you have heated seats in here. You also have a heated steering wheel as well. Steering wheel is nice and soft to the touch, covered in black leather. And then behind the steering wheel, you do have a thin film transistor display there, giving you all your information that you could need when behind the wheel of this vehicle. So it's meeting your needs in pretty much almost every aspect. And you got the 2 cup holders, you got the USB ports, you have the additional storage on the lower portion of the center console. Since there's no transmission tunnel in this vehicle, they took advantage of that and made that useful for storage. Now, I will make mention that the panoramic roof, there isn't one. So it's not available as an option in the Chevy EV Bolt. I kind of wish that was something that was available to bring more natural light into the cabin. Sitting in the back, you're looking at about 35 inches of legroom. You do have cup holders situated in between the 2 seats that are folded up currently. I will note that there isn't any rear climate, right? There's no climate control or air conditioning in the rear. So if there's somebody sitting back there, depending on what day it is, it could get a little toasty back there, right? So that's something just to take into consideration. But on this hot day up front, that air conditioner is working like a champ, right? It is ice cold AC in this vehicle, and I'm loving it. Hopefully it's not blowing directly into my microphone because I don't want to reshoot this video. In terms of insulation, You know, there is a little bit of road noise coming into the cabin, but it's only because I'm listening for it, right? It's not something that's obnoxious. It sounds like the average vehicle. And especially in EVs like this one, you'll notice it a little bit more because there's not a whole bunch of noise and vibrations coming from an internal combustion engine like in the traditional vehicle, right? So the road noise is there, but it's at the very minimal. Overall, you're going to get yourself a quiet ride that you can daily drive, and you're getting great range at a great price point when it comes to the Chevy Bolt EV. I would say that this is one of the better EVs out there in its price point, and it's really going to give the competition a run for its money in terms of its price point. Now, I know a lot of you might be thinking, well, what about that rebate that the government gives auto manufacturers to give out to their customers when they make a purchase of the vehicle? So a lot of vehicle manufacturers such as Tesla and even this Chevy Bolt, you know, they can't do that anymore because once you sell a certain amount, the government no longer extends that program out. So getting that $7,500 back or whatever it is no longer a factor. So when I said the price is $36,000, it's just $36,000. Don't factor it in as $36,000 minus $7,000. It's going to be a full 36. But even with that being said, I would say that this is a great vehicle and you're getting a lot of bang for the buck. Of course, this is a great vehicle. You're getting all the safety features. You're getting the front collision avoidance, the rear cross traffic assist, you know, the lane keep assist, all the safety features that you would want, and all the tech features such as the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, the Bluetooth, all that basic stuff, you know, you're getting in a small package that doesn't break the bank. And that's rare, especially on this channel and especially in the world of EVs. That acceleration is just nice. So if I had this, obviously I wouldn't be the most efficient person. But, you know, depending on how heavy your foot is, you know, you can reach that 259 miles of range or more. Now you also have a Regen Braking setting here behind the paddle of the steering wheel. And there's also a button here for Regen Braking in the center console. And that allows you to drive this vehicle essentially using one pedal. So you don't have to put your foot on the brake. It'll automatically do the braking for you. You see that, how quickly it's stopping? Comes to a nice smooth stop. And then back on throttle. And that acceleration, that instant torque, just gets you right back up to speed. So overall, I would say that if you're looking for an affordable EV, definitely take a look at this Chevy EV Bolt. This is a fun vehicle to drive, which was a surprise to me. I thought it was just another basic EV, but for some reason the handling on this thing is just super fun. Maybe it's because of its short wheelbase, I don't know. But it's giving you all the essential features that you're looking in a vehicle, you know, in the modern times. It's going to give you everything that you need. So guys, let me know what you think about this one in the comment section. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves.